when I'm sat like this, it's a match day vlog, but it's a bit different today. I'm doing my season review. I did one last season as well, but yeah, 18-19 season review. Let's get into it. For the start of the 18-19 season, I was actually quite optimistic. After staying up, Mark Hughes got a chance, and he really proved me wrong. Yeah, we had a few pre-season friendlies. This goal Sisto scored against us was incredible. Elyounoussi also scored in this game. I think that's about the only thing he did for us, but yeah, Elyounoussi scored. We won the game against Celta Vigo 3-2, and then I think we lost the game 3-0 as well in the friendly. But yeah, this 3-2 game is really entertaining, so yeah. So yeah, kind of hope for entertaining friendlies next season as well. But yeah, on to the Premier League. First game, we drew 0-0 to Burnley. Second game, we lost 2-1 to Everton. And then the third game, we also lost 2-1 to Leicester. This is the goal Bertrand scored. It was one of the highlights for me of the season. Quality strike, top corner. Then things started to look a bit brighter. We had 2 wins in a row. We first beat Brighton 1-0 in the Cup, and then we beat Crystal Palace 2-0 in the league away from home. After the 2 positives, it was time to go low again. We had a 2-goal lead against Brighton, and we ended up drawing 2-2. Losing that 2-0 lead was a low point, but that was not as bad as what was to come. First of all, a 3-0 loss to Liverpool, where I believe we didn't even... it felt like a friendly, that game. And then the Wolves game, which I was so disappointed about. I can show you right now. Yeah, this was my title to the vlog. And afterwards, that's when I thought Hughes should be gone. He has to go now after that performance. Honestly, maybe one of the worst performances I've seen Saints ever play. But other people, if you look at the comments, say Saints weren't even that bad. But when you're used to Southampton playing, decent, it's like, wow. And yeah. After the Wolves game, I went to Dubai. I missed the Everton away game in the Cup. We won 4-3 on pens, drew 1-1 in the game. I missed the Chelsea game and watched it on TV in Dubai. My brother recorded the game and vlogged the highlights. And I went to the Bournemouth game, 0-0. It wasn't really much to that game. Had a few chances but didn't take them. Newcastle as well, that was a very frustrating game. And then Man City, arguably the best team that I've seen play. 6-1 we lost, and it could have been even more, to be fair. And then Watford 1-1, controversial draw that was. And then came these. That was a massive game, and we lost 3-2. For me, maybe Hughes should have been sacked there, but no, he wasn't. We then lost 6-5 on pens to Leicester. The game drew 0-0. Stephen Davis had a goal ruled out from VAR, I believe, for handball. I'm not 100% sure. And then the 2-2 Man United game. So yeah, yet again we lost another 2-0 lead, and that was it for Mark Hughes. A draw against Man United wasn't enough to keep his job. A great free kick from Cedric as well. But yeah, we then lost 3-1 to Spurs. Kelvin Davis was in charge for that game. And then the game came against Cardiff, Ralph Hasenhüttl's first game in charge. And we lost 1-0 to a massive mistake from Vestergaard. And honestly, that away day was just awful. It rained, I got soaked, my train got cancelled, and yeah, I thought we were going to get relegated. But then came this game. Honestly, one of the best games I've seen. Arsenal at home always surprises. Arsenal always struggle at St Mary's, don't know why. But yeah, we won the game 3-2. Honestly, after that Arsenal game, it felt like something was going to happen, and obviously it did. Next game, we won against Huddersfield 3-1, but then we lost to West Ham the next game after.
Go on, beast. Oh, nice! Oh, Stewie, go on.
We conceded a lot of counter-attacking goals from the teams under Ralph Hasenhüttl as well. So hopefully that can change next season. But yeah, after that, we then lost 3-1 to Man City, which I felt we gave Man City a good game. We then also drew 0-0 to Chelsea, and that was Gunn's debut. He made some terrific saves that game. We then had the FA Cup. We were 2-0 up against Derby, and then we ended up drawing 2-2. Then we beat Leicester 2-1. I don't know how we won that game, but we did. And then Derby in the FA Cup at home, the replay. We went 2-0 up again, drew 2-2, and then lost on penalties, which was such a shame, really.
Daniel got my son got some points now. Look what I'm saying.
got through, we would have got Accrington Stanley away, which would have been great. But yeah, it wasn't to be. Next, we had Everton at home, and Ward-Prowse scored an absolute stunner. Next, we then drew 1-1 with Crystal Palace. We then drew 1-1 with Burnley, a late penalty they scored to equalise, and then the big one came against Cardiff at home. So yeah, we lost to Cardiff 2-1 at home. We lost to Cardiff away and home this season. But yeah, they scored a last-minute winner, and honestly, it was limbs for them. I generally thought we were going to get relegated after that, but yeah. Then came Arsenal away. We lost 2-0. Defensive errors cost us that game as well. So yeah. And then came Fulham at home. We had to win this game for a chance to stay up, and luckily we did. So yeah, we beat Fulham 2-0, and then the next game was Man United away, and we scored 2 absolute screamers. In fact, all the goals in this game were screamers, and we lost 3-2. And then after that, we had Tottenham at home. That Tottenham win was just amazing. The atmosphere was electrifying. And yeah, that Ward-Prowse free kick will probably live in my memory for the rest of my life. But yeah. After that, we beat Brighton away 1-0. Højbjerg scored. Next, we lost 3-1 to Liverpool at home. Salah scored a counter-attacking goal. Like I said, counter-attack goals, we seem to concede a lot of them under Hassan Hutel.
Good ball. It's a bit off him. It's a bit off him.
Go on! Shit! No!
Not Salah.
Run! Oh my God!
We then had Wolves at home, which pretty much guaranteed our safety. After the win against Wolves 3-1, we had Newcastle away, which we lost 3-1, and Watford away, which we drew 1-1, and Shane Long broke the record for the fastest goal. After that, we then had Bournemouth at home. we drew 3-3 with Bournemouth, and next was West Ham away, last away game of the season. After that 3-0 loss to West Ham, we drew 1-1 with Huddersfield at home for our last game of the season. But yeah, that's the season done. Probably my favourite goal was the Ward-Prowse free kick by far against Spurs. It was just, yeah, what a goal. But yeah, now we've got a decent manager. Let's get behind him. Hopefully sign some decent players. For me, this season was worse than last season, as it felt like we gave up in the last 2 games. But yeah, at least we had some good light shows. Here's some subscribers' opinions about the season and how it went for them.
Liam here. Ryan has invited me to say my end of season review on his channel. This season's been a bit of mixed emotions. Obviously the first half of the season when Mark Hughes wasn't the greatest. Obviously 9 points by December is a bit of a joke. 1 win, conceding too many losses. So I think we've lost over 30 points winning positions this year. And if we actually didn't lose those points, we'd currently be 7th Europa League. It just tells our season really. A bit of a main joke was 2-0 leads against Brighton. Most of them this season, we had a couple on the Hasenhüttl, especially against Derby in the Cup. But at the end of the day, looking forward to next season with Hasenhüttl. Hopefully buy some players in the summer, get rid of some players. Really looking forward to see Buffal back. Overall, I'm pretty happy. Really looking forward to next season. I've heard some links about Ademola Lookman from Everton. Obviously, he was on loan at RP Leipzig for 6 months. I think wasn't this season, last season, the season before. He looks a really good player. And De Japano from Standard League looks quite a good player. But is that going to be a reincarnation of El Yunusi? We all got hyped about how good he looked at Basel, and look what happened to him. Hasn't got an assist, hasn't got a goal. Just been probably one of the worst signings in Saints' history, and he'll probably be a player that we'd look to shift out in the summer. Obviously, we'll probably lose a bit of money on him, which is a shame, but you can't say nothing about it when he's had such a poor season. Obviously, we know how good Ralph Hasenhüttl is as a coach, and when he can it just shows how well he's done with this poor squad that we had. We haven't really got, the only exciting player I look at is really Nathan Redmond. Obviously he's been absolutely brilliant this season. He's had his critics and he's written them off. And obviously that shows when he's been called up for England, which no one actually expected. I didn't myself. I think Prowsley would have been called up, which is obviously deserved for the last 6 months he's had. But Nathan Redmond, absolutely brilliant. So looking forward to seeing that season. If he could link up, if we could get the likes of Lookman and Dejapano, and how exciting would that be? Redmond, Lookman, Dejapano with maybe Ings up front. Wow, obviously it's just links. So hopefully we can get some players in, shift some out, get the club going again, and look forward to next season. So guys, that's my end of season review. Hopefully we do a lot better next season. And obviously subscribe to Ryan. He's going to put my socials in a link down below. So please go and follow them, and we'll see you soon.
Hello to the subscribers of Ryan Davies' YouTube channel. Thank you for having me on the show. A little bit about Matchday Vlogs. What is Matchday Vlogs? What's it about? Basically, the clue's in the title really. We vlog the games at St Mary's and also occasional away days and try and encapsulate what it is to be a Southampton football fan. And my goodness, woo! We have some moments. So yeah, that's basically what it is. I'm a keen photographer, videographer, and I love Southampton Football Club. So that's what happens. So, it's been an interesting season. I think the 2018-2019 season was a bit of a mixed season really. I think we went into the season hoping that relegation wasn't going to be an issue, but we soon saw after the first few results that actually, yeah, nothing's changed. Real low point of the season would be that away game at Fulham. That was a rough one. You just couldn't see where our points were going to come from. But then when Ralph Hasenhüttl came on board, what a transformation. I'd say probably my highlights of the season would be performance of Nathan Redmond over the entire season. I think he's had a great season. Also, James Ward-Prowse had a great season. Jan Valery came onto the scene halfway through the season and also had a great campaign. And also our captain, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Solid season for them all. But definitely highlights would be the Højbjerg strike against Brighton at home. Shame we couldn't hold out to win that game. And the Tottenham win. What a free kick from James Ward-Prowse. I mean, that was amazing. The atmosphere at the end of that game was incredible. Ralph got the players into a huddle in the centre of the pitch and just everyone was still in the stadium, and I just absolutely loved that. And just, getting goosebumps. And of course, finally to get safety against Bournemouth. What a mad game that was. First 15 minutes I thought, we're going to win this 4-0. And then by half time I'm thinking, I hope we get a draw. Yeah, everyone talks about our net spend, but if you look at our wage bill, it's massive. I mean, outside of the top 6, I believe it's the highest in the Premier League, which is scary. Who's to blame? Naming no names. Let's read. Some awful contracts put in place, but we can't do a lot about that now. What I'm generally looking forward to for next season would actually be to see what Ralph can put together within a complete pre-season, to see what he can do with some of those players coming back from loan spells. Sofiane Boufal would be one. I mean, I actually had the opportunity to see him play when I was visiting a friend in Sevilla. It was Real Betis versus Celta Vigo, and I suddenly recognised these ambitious sprints on the wing and thinking, he looks like a player that used to play at Southampton. And lo and behold, it was Sofiane Boufal playing for Celta Vigo. Really should have read the programme. I mean, we've seen what Ralph has done with some of our players in the first team squad and some of our academy players that have come through under the guidance of Ralph Hasenhüttl. And if his attitude is good, then who knows? Perhaps Sofiane Boufal could feature in next season's squad. But that's generally what I'm looking forward to. And I'm also looking forward to taking Matchday Vlogs to another new level next season at St Mary's. I think that's it. Right, my battery's running out. Ryan, thanks for everyone on the show, mate. And we'll see everyone at St Mary's next season.
Alright, so I'm doing my little season review. So, obviously, on the face of things, it hasn't been a great season with Southampton finished 16th. But I'm actually quite content at the end of this season because, you know, we've got rid of a manager who wasn't very good for us. It took us from August till, I think it was December, to get rid of him. So Mark Hughes is gone. We've now got Ralph Hasenhüttl in, and I seriously think that this guy can do bits with our squad. I think he's a fantastic manager, and he's proved it by the incredible turnaround that we've had. And you know, I think with some signings in summer, next season we can go on and do really well. Obviously, the beginning of the season was really tough. Under Mark Hughes, we really struggled to get any points on the board. I think we had to wait till Crystal Palace away to get our first win, and then after that, that was our only win until we got Ralph in. And yeah, just the football wasn't great. It was all sideways and backwards, and we couldn't score goals, and our defence was atrocious. I mean, we conceded a fair few goals, even when we played a very defensive formation. I know they're very good teams, but we played an incredibly defensive formation against the likes of Liverpool, Man City, and still got comfortably beat. Since Ralph come in, we've improved so much. There's so much more intensity in the way we play. There's end product now as well, and we've brought through some young players, which is you know, what Southampton is all about, really. So I'm really pleased with that. Of course, Jan Valery has been a real success story for us. The revival of James Ward-Prowse, if you like, and also Michael Obafemi to come back from injury, and we've brought in a few other players from the under-23s, giving them first team experience. So yeah, I think all in all, although our league position and our cup runs probably say that we had a terrible season, yeah, it wasn't great, but I actually think by the end of it we had a pretty decent season, and you know, there's still loads to work on, but you know, with, like I said, with a few signings, I think next season we can come back a lot stronger and really challenge for the top half in the Premier League and maybe have a cup run as well. So yeah, I'm content with this season, and I'm just really looking forward to next season now under Ralph.
So yeah, there we go. That's the end of my season review. Thanks to everyone for being involved in the channel. And yeah, see you next season. Peace.